Okay, so have you ever thought about like where the air you breathe even comes from? I mean, like really comes from
Well, most of the oxygen we breathe is produced by
the
you-
plants, right?
plants,
Like, isn't that wild? I mean, there are these like silent little oxygen factories pumping out the stuff we need to survive.
and they're making food for themselves at the same time.
It's like some kind of superpower.
It really is. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of plants.
Right. Like, how do they do all that? Photosynthesis, I guess, but like, how does that even work?
Well, you've sent us some super interesting information and pictures about plant life.
Yeah, and today we're going to unlock those secrets. We're going to break down how plants live, eat, and even breathe.
We explore the magic of photosynthesis.
Yeah, and maybe even discover some mind-blowing facts along the way. So let's get started with the basics, like what do plants need to live and grow?
Well, just like us humans and all living things, plants need food for energy.
Right, but they don't exactly have grocery stores or like ordered takeout.
No, they don't. Plants are unique because they can produce their own food.
They're like those people who have like amazing gardens and grow all their own vegetables.
Exactly. It's called autotrophic nutrition.
Autotrophic, so like automatic.
Exactly. Auto means self, and trophos means feeding. So autotrophic means self-feeding.
So they're like self-sufficient food factories.
Precisely. They take simple ingredients from their surroundings, like water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight, and convert them into energy.
So they're not like us who need to eat other living things like plants or animals to get energy.
Right. We humans and other animals obtain our nutrition by consuming other organisms. This is called heterotrophic nutrition.
So plants are the original farm to table.
In a way,
Yes. Okay, so now let's talk about the big one. Photosynthesis. It's like their secret recipe,
it's
right?
exactly. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create their own food.
Like how? It's mind-boggling that they can just like create food out of thin air.
Well, it's not exactly thin air. They use carbon dioxide from the air, water from the soil, and energy from sunlight.
Right, right. And this process also produces oxygen, which is what we breathe.
Precisely. It's a beautiful cycle of interdependence between plants and
The
animals.
plants are like the ultimate chefs. They take these simple ingredients and transform them into something amazing.
Indeed. And the key to this transformation is a special pigment called chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, that's what makes plants green, right?
Yes. Chlorophyll is found in tiny structures within plant cells called chloroplasts. These chloroplasts act like mini solar panels capturing light energy from the sun.
It's like they have these built-in solar power systems.
Precisely. And there are different types of chlorophyll, each absorbing different wavelengths of light, allowing plants to capture a wider range of energy from the sun.
So like a diverse solar panel portfolio.
You could say that.
Okay, so we have sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. What happens next?
Well, the energy from sunlight is used to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay, and then,
The hydrogen is then combined with carbon dioxide to form glucose, a type of sugar.
which is their food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Glucose provides the energy plants need to grow and function.
And oxygen is released as a byproduct.
Correct. The oxygen is released into the atmosphere, which is what we breathe.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like they're breathing out our life support.
It's a remarkable process. And this glucose,
Hmm.
this plant food, it's not just for immediate use.
Oh, what do they do with the leftovers?
Plants can actually store excess glucose as starch. It's like their pantry for later.
So like when there's not enough sunlight.
Exactly. When they need energy, they can break down the starch back into glucose.
Clever. Okay, so let's break down these ingredients a bit more. Carbon dioxide. Where does it come from and how do plants get it?
Well, carbon dioxide is a gas that's present in the atmosphere. It's a byproduct of respiration in animals and the burning of fossil fuels.
So we're actually providing them with one of their key ingredients.
In a way, yes. Plants absorb carbon dioxide through tiny pores on their leaves called stomata.
Stomata, like little mouths.
You could think of them that way. They open and close to allow carbon dioxide in and oxygen out.
So it's like a gas exchange system.
Precisely.
Okay, and what about water? I know they absorb it through their roots, but how does it get all the way up to the leaves?
Plants have a special transport system called xylem. It's a network of tiny tubes that carry water from the roots up to the leaves.
So like their internal plumbing system.
Exactly. It's a very efficient system that allows water to travel against gravity.
Wow. So sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Those are the big three ingredients.
True.
Now let's talk about where the magic happens. Chloroplasts, right?
Yes. Chloroplasts are like the powerhouses of plant cells. They're where photosynthesis takes place.
And what do they look like?
Well, they have a double membrane, and inside they contain these stacked structures called thylakoids. The thylakoids are where the chlorophyll is located.
And chlorophyll is like the solar panel.
Exactly. It captures the light energy from the sun, which is used to power the whole process.
So it's all happening in these tiny little compartments inside the plant cells.
It's quite remarkable.
It is. Okay, so we talked about the ingredients and the location. Now, how do we even know that photosynthesis is actually happening?
There are a few ways to test for photosynthesis. One common method is the starch test.
Starch.
Remember how plants store excess glucose as starch?
Yeah.
Well, we can use iodine to test for the presence of starch. Iodine turns blue-black in the presence of starch.
So if we add iodine to a leaf and it turns blue-black, we know photosynthesis has occurred.
Exactly. It's a simple but effective test.
Cool. Any other ways to test for photosynthesis?
We can also test for the production of oxygen. Since oxygen is a byproduct of photosynthesis, we can measure the amount of oxygen produced by a plant to determine the rate of photosynthesis.
So like if we put a plant in a sealed container and measure the oxygen levels, we can see how much it's producing.
Precisely.
That's really neat. Okay, so we know how to test for photosynthesis. Now, are there any factors that can affect its rate?
Absolutely. The rate of photosynthesis can be influenced by several factors, including light intensity, carbon dioxide concentration, and temperature.
So like if a plant doesn't get enough light, it won't photosynthesize as much.
Correct. Light intensity is a major factor. The more light a plant receives, the faster the rate of photosynthesis up to a certain point.
And what about carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide is also essential. As the concentration of carbon dioxide increases, the rate of photosynthesis also increases up to a point.
So more carbon dioxide equals more food for plants.
In a simplified way, yes. But there are limits. If other factors like light or temperature are not optimal, increase in carbon dioxide won't have a significant effect.
So like a delicate balance.
Precisely.
And what about temperature?
Temperature plays a crucial role in enzyme activity, which is essential for photosynthesis. Most plants have an optimal temperature range for photosynthesis.
So if it's too cold or too hot, photosynthesis slows down.
Exactly. It's like trying to bake a cake in an oven that's either too cold or too hot. It won't work properly.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered a lot about photosynthesis, but why is it so important?
Well, photosynthesis is the foundation of almost all life on Earth.
How so?
It's a primary source of energy for most ecosystems. Plants capture energy from the sun and convert it into a form that other organisms can use.
So when we eat plants or animals that have eaten plants, we're ultimately getting our energy from the sun.
Exactly. It all starts with photosynthesis.
Wow. It's amazing how interconnected everything is.
It truly is. And photosynthesis is also responsible for the oxygen we breathe.
Right. It's like plants are constantly replenishing our air supply.
And not just our air supply, photosynthesis also plays a role in regulating the Earth's climate by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
So plants are like climate superheroes.
In a way, yes. They help to mitigate the effects of climate change.
That's incredible. It's like they're doing all this amazing stuff without us even realizing it.
They are the silent guardians of our planet.
So to sum it all up, plants are these amazing self-feeding, oxygen-producing, climate-regulating organisms that are essential for life as we know it.
Exactly. And the more we learn about them, the more we realize how incredible they truly are.
It's like they hold the secrets to a sustainable future.
Perhaps they do.
Well, that's some serious food for thought. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of plants.
It was my pleasure.
And for you listening out there, keep exploring the natural world. You never know what amazing discoveries you might make.
And remember, every breath you take is a testament to the power of photosynthesis.
So next time you see a plant, take a moment to appreciate its incredible abilities.
And thank it for all it does for us.
Until next time, stay curious.